Oh, this episode of Cinema Swirl is brought to you with the support of our backers over at patreon.com/Cinema Swirl. $5 OTP backers get instant access to every episode of our monthly exclusive bonus show, Cinema Swirl, where Kevin and I review bad movies. And this month, in fact, right now, we've reviewed Mark Commode's favourite movie, Sex and the City 2. Oh, you've got to listen to it. If that sounds of interest to you, head on over to patreon.com/Cinema Swirl. There's 75 episodes of Cinema Swirl, I believe, and a bunch of other bonus content. It's great stuff. And hey, if you're watching on YouTube or watching on Spotify, and you've got questions, queries, comments, and other bits and bobs for the mailbag, why don't you leave them in the comments down there? But pop them in the comments. Yeah? All right. Let's get swirling.
Cinema Swirl! Don't eat free go, it's episode number 132, coming to you from the cafeteria of Hollywood, California, with all these delicious slimes that we're going to fill our boots with, many of which are movies that my friend Sam, I'm Kevin by the way, hasn't seen!
Yum! I'm so hungry for goo. Don't clip that. Let's, Cinema Swirl.
No. And I know on YouTube there's that really enticing clip button that don't
press that. Don't press that.
And don't run with them because there's scissors on it and you don't want to, you'd be caught out now is what will happen.
Hello. Hi. Cinema Swirl.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
It's a very super episode today because we're doing the timely summer blockbuster of Superman.
Not the one that's out at the time, roughly, that we're releasing this.
No, that's not. We don't do that.
The original one, but the old one, the old Superman. Yeah.
Come on, you can't call it that. Don't call it that.
No, but it's so we're doing Superman. Superman. You know,
We're doing the Superman movie that came out around 50 years ago.
It might have to be one of those episodes where I put brackets the year after.
I think you will.
Yeah.
I think you will. And people are going, oh, isn't this my favorite band, 1978? No, it's not. You've stumbled upon one of the flaws of the algorithm once again. Sam, it's I'm not going to feign excitement for doing this movie with you.
Okay, fine. Yeah. You've
not
seen
gonna
it,
feign excitement for a movie where I do believe I may have coined the term for myself old shit when I was 8 years old.
Wow, okay.
Sometimes I can pretend.
Yeah.
Today I don't feel like pretending.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's an important movie. Some people consider this to be an iconic classic about their favorite superhero.
Yes.
Is he yours? Superman? Where does he rank for you?
I mean, he is sort of the de facto superhero, I would say, in most people's minds.
In yours?
I don't know if I have a favourite superhero.
You know, we've done not that much superhero stuff here.
No.
Is it safe to say that the trend is perhaps too big and mainstream for the underground Sam Chaplin?
Yeah, I like Wes Anderson superhero movies. Thank you very much. No,
Wait, Superman, get this, he's like fucking sad.
Yeah. I'd watch it. So I went to a wedding once and I was one of the groomsmen.
That's the worst superhero, groomsman. No. He's really crap.
Groomsman. Oh. And it was my friendship group from school, and they're all into like pop culture stuff. They like Marvel, they like, video games, all that sort of stuff.
Sam.
Yeah.
Do they have a large collection of Funko Pops between them?
Yes. I've bought some of them Funko Pops in the past.
Boxed?
So. Boxed. Because I was one of the groomsmen, there were cufflinks involved, and the groom had given individual superhero cufflinks to the relevant grooms because they all had favourite superheroes. And I got Deadpool because I'm just such a wisecracking, funny...
Oh, because you're funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. So I guess in answer to your question, Deadpool, I would say.
I've heard of a merc with a mouth, but a podcaster with a mouth? It's happening right now. And you, listeners with ears, are going to get to find out all about Sam's Sam's opinions on, like, with Superman, what's, like, you call him prototypical, like, you know, he's a big deal. Give me some Superman lore. Like, what's your experience with Superman? What Superman media have you consumed? Because even though I wouldn't say I'm a fan of this movie, Superman's been part, I think, of Boomer, Millennial, Gen Xer. God, everyone's had to go with a bit of Superman.
It's in everything. So I know the colours, right? He's got a blue suit with the red pants and the cape and the S on the thing. In the little sort of
Super Mario.
For Super Mario. In
Super
the
Mario.
Triangle. He wears glasses, and that's his disguise, and then goes into a phone booth, spins around, and comes out, and he's...
Whoa, put the glasses back on, man.
His superpower is that he is strong and can fly.
Anything else?
He's strong. He can fly.
Yeah.
He's super. I thought that. Well, I thought he was just like a strong flying guy.
You're like missing like 3, 4 superpowers, 5 arguably.
He can get changed really quick. That's a power. That would save me some time in the morning.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
He must be furious at Lois Lane. Like comparatively, she must take so long for him. Like, you know. Well, we can't all be like you, Clark. You fucking alien.
Oh yeah, he's from a different planet.
What planet?
Ooh, is it Krypton? No,
it is.
Well, okay, but kryptonite is bad for him.
It is. And he can't watch ITV's The Krypton Factor.
Right.
As fun a show as it is.
But that would be like me being from Earth as I am and being allergic to Earth, like mud.
Earth? No, you'd be allergic to Earthite.
Yeah, Earthite. Yeah.
Earthite.
I don't... what powers am I missing? He's strong and he can fly. That's all you need, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That is all you need. But much like me and you at the Chinese buffet, Sam, he's taken far more than he actually needs. And some might look and kind of go, this is kind of against the ethos of even having a few bits and bobs to begin with.
When I feel judged about my plate that's just starters but piled high, I go, I'm a superhero. I need it. I don't know what I'm missing. You mentioned Lois Lane. So, you know, he's got a love interest.
A love interest?
There was a TV show called Smallville, which I think was like...
I was trying to glean that from you. Like, what
not
other
seen
Superman stuff? You're not seeing Smallville?
No.
Lois and Clark?
No.
Superman TAS, brackets, the animated series?
No.
Justice League?
No.
Wow.
So I haven't seen much Superman stuff, but I kind of am aware of Superman.
The Superman with Kevin Spacey, with the famous meme of him going, wrong.
No, I don't think.
In fairness, you know, since the allegations, it felt wrong to kind of bring up that meme.
That's why I haven't seen that.
Good man, you're a better man than me, Sam.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a Superman. Oh, I know the song. So here I am doing everything I can. But I'm a Superman. Yeah?
No, I told you, right? I will review Lost, maybe, but I will not review Scrubs with you. That's
a different song that's got Superman in it.
I am Superman.
Let's go, England.
And I just don't go to the hospital anymore. I don't.
Out of protest.
Awful place.
No, I was quoting Goldfinger, the skateboarding pop-punk band.
Those are like 3 of the word cloud words for Sam Chaplin. When we do the intense market research after every episode, those words come up over and over again.
Yes. This clip will have hashtag skateboarding, hashtag pop-punk, hashtag band, hashtag podcast, hashtag Cinema Swirl.
Aren't we just fucking happy that we contributed to getting Bam's name out there? Now he's back in Tony Hawk's 4.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Now let's get Django back. I know he's on hard times. We can put the head back on his shoulders.
There's a shit N64 Superman game. I'm aware of that.
What are you aware about the shit Superman game? Have you played it? Do you know why it's bad?
But anytime any of the video game YouTubers I like are like, let's look back at the Nintendo 64. What the fuck
were they
this?
thinking?
Oh my god! Yeah.
Oh my god! We thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you. I wouldn't know about it otherwise. It's sort of a cultural icon, Superman.
Why?
Because he's a super...
Why? Because he's got a girlfriend.
yeah, and he's a Superman, you know? He's like a man, but like the best version of that, you know?
So he's like a man, but you know that you think he could fly, and he's strong. You know, and
strong. Not like ripped, I mean like unnaturally strong.
Farm strong. Like.
Yeah. But alien farm. An alien ant farm.
You should
strong.
see that man bale hay, is all I'll say.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. So, in the world of Superman, you've identified that he has a weakness.
Kryptonite.
Yeah. So obviously, from a cinematic point of view here, what villains, what could substantiate an entire movie's worth of Superman capers? We can't just be kicking around a ball of kryptonite day and night, can we?
No. Jesse Eisenberg, but bald. That's what I would say. Lex Luthor, not Luger. Luthor. He's Superman's villain. His villain power is not having hair.
What's his deal, Sam? What's his deal?
He's a business guy. He wears like a suit. He's got a shiny head. I don't know if that confuses Superman.
If you were bald,
yeah,
do you think you go shine or no shine? Because I kind of feel like at that point it's like I know you're going to get it one way or another.
I don't know if it's up to you. I think you.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think the shininess is kind of. I don't know if I've got a matte head or not. I think I've probably got quite a shiny head.
Sam, Jeff Bezos is embellishing that shine. Come on now. You're not telling me he's not going to... A little buff?
Popping his head in the bowling thing and kind of getting it all buffed up. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The man's got the money for it. I don't know what's bad about Lex Luthor.
Oh, he's having this wedding in Venice. It's fucking ridiculous. It's all awful.
Just a rich, is it a rich, powerful bastard wants to take over the world, I would imagine.
Pretty much, yeah. Rich, powerful bastards, yeah.
Superman wants to stop that, and that's fair enough.
Who's playing our titular man who is super?
Christopher Reeves?
You knew that very quickly.
Yes.
Is this a case of... Now, this wasn't a vote, so you may not have seen the poster, so what happened here?
My brother's middle name is what it is because of Christopher Reeve.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, are we entering into the hallowed ground once again of one of Sam's parents' fave movies?
I think my mum is a big fan of Superman / Christopher.
And that's why you're called Sam Jaws Chaplin, right?
My dad got to go for the second round. Yeah. Oh, my middle name. I'm sorry. No, I was going to give up one. Yeah, it seems dodgy. Don't want to do it.
We were having fun here. We were bantering back and forth, and then we realised we were about to have a joke that gave away slightly too much personal information.
Super doxed.
Sorry, but your mum's maiden name is just fucking crackers, mate. It drives me up the wall. It's like Joe's social security number. It gets me every time. Just put it up there quickly. So, oh man, look at it. It's mad. Oh my God.
So this will sound very reductive or dismissive, but essentially what I know about Christopher Reeve is he played Superman and had a very unfortunate accident. And that's all I know. It fell off a horse, I think.
I was very close to assuming there that you were going to be like, oh, there's a South Park episode about it. And
No, I don't.
Okay. That's good. That's good because I feel we'd have I don't say it'd be an uphill struggle, but that might perhaps, cloud our judgment going in.
I think there's perhaps a perception of a curse of Superman as a character to play.
Curse, you say?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't think anyone who's played that role has gone on to be absolutely fine and be known for other stuff,
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
So you're aware there's some sort of a tragic tilt to this in some respects?
A little bit, yeah. But I think this was obviously pre, what we've had now was a superhero mania situation. This was a big deal back in the 80s? 70s? 70s.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam.
That's
I'm
all right.
sorry. We're a little bit further back than that.
Yeah.
Seeing as you've not seen any Superman material. Have you read any Superman comic books? Or
No.
You're not a comic reader, are you?
Not really, no.
Not really.
I feel like I've probably seen some bits of stuff in cartoons and stuff when I was a kid, and like maybe. Well, I don't think I've not actively watched any of the films. So no, not really. No. I don't. I've not seen much Superman stuff.
The thing is, right?
Who is he? What's his deal?
Do you know any of the phraseology surrounding Superman?
No. Phraseology.
It's a
great time to be a Superman. It's kryptonite. It's
Jesus
me. It's a what?
It's odd what's permeated.
No, I do know. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Superman. Yes, yes.
Plane. Get stuffed, it's Superman.
Yes, sorry.
No more of this bird plane talk out.
I was picturing Superman saying it's a something as he flies away. Like, it's a me, and then he kind of blasts off.
Why do you know that Jesse Eisenberg was Lex Luthor, as a matter of interest?
I mean, I was probably a teen when that was going about, and it was a fun casting choice.
I love that. That's a fun casting choice, and now to not watch the movie.
Yeah. This is quite interesting because there is a Superman film about to be out or already out now. I have not picked up any cultural interest in this at all from anyone. But at the same time, my finger is not on the pulse, so people might be hyped about this. But
it's odd, and this happens a lot with superhero stuff now. I think it could just be superhero malaise. But if you notice that now it feels like the hype, like usually back in the day it was things coming out, and then we ramp up the marketing, we ramp up the influencering and whatnot, and then it's released, and here it comes. Whereas now it's like, they announce it at some Comic-Con or whatever, and someone like films it, and it's like, wow, oh my God. And then 6 months later, it's like, here's the first teaser, and like, we actually invert it. And now it's like, here's the movie.
Yeah, the release doesn't seem like a big deal.
Like, it's when people seem to kind of get to grips with, I'm going to have to go to the fucking cinema, man.
Yeah.
Me and Sam have a bet at the moment. I think the cinemas will be gone entirely in 5 years.
The thing part of our podcast is named after will cease to be.
We'll call it Film Swirl going forward, just for easy. Or yours to own and keep Swirl, something like that. I don't know, whatever people like.
I do think I don't think they'll disappear completely, but I think it's going to become more and more of a niche.
I'm aware of aging, and I'm aware of perhaps having some blind spots of where hype could well be taking place. But I came out 28 years later the other day from the cinema. I'm like, God, that was a great summer blockbuster. Where are the other summer blockbusters? And I was looking on my phone, I'm like, Avatar's not coming out till December. And these two Marvel movies came out in like March and April. Yeah. So I'm kind of feeling there was once upon a time that even the whiff of a Superman movie would have caused mania. But then again, we had Minecraft, so maybe Superman's kind of just surplus to requirements. We just need one Minecraft in the next 5 years, and my bet is off.
Yes, and there'll be another Super Mario. There'll probably be a Donkey Kong. But I mean, these are things. Exceptions that prove the rule that cinema's still alive. Like whenever a film does well, people are like, cinemas. The pictures, they're still fine, we're all right. But that you can't sustain that forever, that it's like every now and then something comes up and you're like, oh, we're all okay, it's fine.
Like, I don't know about you at home, but I have frequently had the refrain to myself when I would go on like a Friday night or when there's 2-for-1 cinema tickets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays to my local cinema and go, no, my cinema is just special and not well known. It's kind of underground, so that's why there's no one here ever but me and my wife. But here's the muster and the test of this.
Okay.
Will this movie make you more hyped or as unhyped as you currently seem to be about an upcoming Superman movie?
I don't know, but I'm curious to find out. There's a chance I'll watch this and be like, yeah, fuck, I want to go and see like a new Superman movie.
I don't know why I hated this so much when I was a kid. I have literally not seen it since I was probably 8 or 9 years old.
That's interesting. So you were young and you didn't like it.
I had the same reaction to it that I would have to like a sweet that was not chocolate or children's television that was not animated. It's like, stop trying to pull the other one on me and make me watch this. Like, give me something real, by which I mean a fictional cartoon as opposed to actual skin and bone on my screen.
Well, in that case, I think, I'm curious about your reaction to this as well.
There's lots of other Superman stuff that I do like a lot,
okay.
But Superman's weird in that, like, I feel a lot of the stuff that Superman has, like, a lot of the riffs and the parodies of Superman, like, you've seen The Boys and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, little bits, yeah.
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 So you're probably like, the parody of the notion of Superman seems to have more cultural cachet than Superman himself.
Yes. So how do we bring it back to just getting hyped about regular old Superman?
Normal Superman. Well, tell you what.
Normalman.
Normalman. Well, before we go and watch a Superman, I want to see what's in that super bag.
Welcome to the Mailbag. Thank you as ever.
Hey.
Thank you as ever for your questions. Hey. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you as ever for your questions, queries, comments, bits and bobs to cinemaswirl@gmail.com.
That's cinemaswirl@gmail.com. Is it a website? Is it a plane? No, it's an email address.
Yes. This question comes from Patreon questions call-outs, so not the email address, but please do send things into the email address or to the Patreon. And if you're a free member, you can go on there and you can ask some questions. This comes in from Liam, who... Yeah,
you can listen to the first 5 minutes of certain episodes of Cinema Swirl.
If you add that up, you've got a few full episodes.
There's a full episode in there, yeah. And we're generally a lot more into it at the start. The first 5 minutes are always the best, honestly.
So go on there, do that. You don't have to pay a penny. You can if you please do, but you don't have to.
You can be a free subscriber and you can just watch as new content comes out, and you can look at it and go, "Gee, that looks good."
You can, or you can engage with the community and ask some questions,
such as
Liam, who I think is a full paying member, but Liam, who has written the following.
Hang on, I just want to check. No, he's paid up. It's okay.
Okay, fine. Liam, who writes the following: what's with Kevin's post-music opinions ruining soundtrack-based questions? Good use of ruining there, Liam. Do either of you have a favourite sound from the movies? Things like the T-Rex roar from Jurassic Park, the pulse rifle from Aliens, but for Swirl or Swirl films, or just in general, favourite sound from the pictures. I've got something that instantly came to mind that I always ask you to do an impression of, which is the little lads from Star Wars did the...
They're not little.
They're little. They look little. They're
big.
From the distance. Well,
they're big.
Well, my favourite noise...
I'm sick and tired of Tusken Raider Jawa conflation. Okay. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's funny that you say that because I think one of my favourite sounds in a movie is actually technically a musical instrument, but I love the Brosnan era... That thing. Because it's whatever it is, it's fucking great. It's Sean Bean rattling on an owl pipe or something like that.
Yeah.
Great stuff indeed.
That has got a pipe feeling to it, doesn't it? It's like hitting a...
It does.
Or breathing over a pipe.
If music could be more like that, maybe I'd like it a bit more, maybe, That's what I mean,
that sound is like if a pipe could breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if a pipe could breathe and was about to develop breathing problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other sound effects that have really stuck out to me.
I mean, look, I'll take a good gun sound any day of the week.
Good gun sound. Oh, bad punching Foley is good.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
A lot of that in the early Bond stuff as well. We did have a lot of that. That loud slapping noise can't make up for the lack of enthusiasm that either Sean Connery or Roger Moore has put behind that right hand.
That's made me think I'm going to keep an ear out for sounds rather than soundtracks.
I think that's good. That helps for those of us who choose to live in a post-music lifestyle. Sam, speaking of post-music, though, you did pull a little trick on me when you allegedly said you knew the Superman theme and you fucking sang some fucking guitar shite or whatever.
Okay.
What's the Superman song?
And that's the mailbag. We're out of the mailbag.
Get out of the mailbag. Get out of the mailbag.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you for your question.
My...
Right. I sort of know it's.
That's the first note is right there. It's. No.
Superman.
We've been here before. By my count, you've seen like 8 Star Wars movies now, so that does not pass the smell test.
Superman.
Is that Silver Bells that you're singing, but with Superman? Superman.
It's got. Superman. I can't quite place it, but it's got that very thrusting orchestral. You're
doing Star Wars again. No,
Superman.
The thing is, right?
And away.
It's when there's these themes that happen to be themes for movies you've definitely seen. You know that it's not right. You can't know that's... Come on.
Superman. Not a bird nor plane.
There you go.
Yeah,
what can I say? Third time was a charm. He got it.
It's got that kind of bouncy action thing to it, you know. It's one of them.
Are you expecting action heavy?
It's fucking Superman. He's gonna save the world, right? That's his whole gimmick. He's gonna beat up the bad guys, save the planet, kiss a lady. I think that's probably the plan, right? That's that.
I mean,
I don't know about plot, but like he's a Superman, so there's got to be some peril.
I think the peril might be me having to watch this movie again. But either way, into the phone booth, twirl around, rip off the shirt, and put the glasses back on, mate. Let's go do a cinema swirl. And we're back. Sam, or should I say Super Sam, initial gut reaction to Superman.
I'm going to keep it simple. I really liked it. Hey! I've got a footy chant ready to go, but I didn't want that to dilute just the very clear message that I really liked that a lot.
Good. Yeah. Good. You liked it so much you didn't want it to be kind of like misconstrued that you're perhaps making light of your enjoyment of it.
No.
Through the medium of a football chant. A View to a Kill not afforded the same luxury, obviously, for whatever reason.
No.
For whatever reason. So I think I perhaps broke my own record for unenthused pitching up of this movie when we went into
it in the pre-swell. No.
I had a fucking great time as well. I really enjoyed it.
It's great.
Yeah. I think my issue was, in terms of a superhero movie, it's very meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of fancifulness. There is one man in one costume.
Yes.
And he doesn't really get into it until nearly an hour and a half into the movie, it feels like.
Kevin, do you know what's tasty and nourishing? Meat and potatoes. I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what else is? If you get your meat and potatoes and put them into a soup, man, that's good eats. And good for you as well.
Yes.
And we opened, as we like to here, because these days, assumedly, that new Superman, I've heard allegations that take a page out of James Bond's book, Sam, and I've heard Superman's gone woke.
Oh, no.
I know, it's awful. So it's nice that they set this back at the start. There was a nice, familiar, calming number, 1938.
Wait.
You know, just a who remembers comic books, eh?
Yeah.
1938, when we all ate jam and bread because there was no food.
Kevin, do you know what was the symbol of hope back then?
Eh?
The bloody papers, mate. The news.
Yeah.
The news.
It was, yeah.
The Daily Planet.
It was news you could trust because you didn't read it, and you just knew that if you did, you could trust it, but you didn't because you were too busy enjoying jam and bread, Mum and the Kettle, and Superman not being woke, you know?
Today's news is tomorrow's chip paper, and indeed today's chip paper. I love chips. I love
good.
the news.
They're very good.
Great.
You know. Top billing, let's get this out of the way. Who's the real star of this Superman movie? He's made us an offer that we can't refuse. And allegedly that offer is put Marlon Brando at the top of this movie's billing.
Incredible. I was so surprised to see Marlon Brando, and indeed Gene Hackman, but Marlon Brando specifically here, get top billing. That's an extraordinary bit of business there from his agents or whoever has managed to wangle that.
Not since Daisy Ripley in the Star Wars movies have we seen the actual definite lead of the movie be buried under a bunch of... Is this like some sort of like did I click a filter or sort all by seniority? Like all cast? Yeah, this is back in the day. You should just do alphabetical. But that's probably why you chose Marlon Brando to begin with, to get up there, isn't it?
There's a risk if you don't put those big names in first, people are just going to walk out the cinema fuck this shit. There's no big names in this one.
Look, Dad, look, your fave. He's here. Don't worry, he's here on the waterfront. You like him, don't you?
Instantly locked in. That's good. That's what you want. The titles are very cool. I like the whizzy. Yeah, nice. The logo reveal is cool. And then it got a tad exhausting when every single name was a bit much, maybe.
A little bit. When it's like, Gaffer, best boy, but you can tell when they're proud of an effect during this era. Yes. That's the thing. Although it did fill me with somewhat of a bit of trepidation that we were getting like enough credits at the start that I was like, oh, these are the actual credits. So my usual method of steadying my heart rate and calming myself down when I see a 2-hour 20 runtime, I was worried that I couldn't slip off 20, 30, 40, 45 minutes usually out of credits at the end.
Minutes before the end, it's probably done.
That's usually when the coat is on, I'm zipping up, finishing off the popcorn, all that jazz.
An interesting name I saw in the credits, Mario Puzo did the story. He did Godfather. He's the Godfather writer. He's the same guy.
Sam, look, I didn't want to tell you this, right? But at some point, every little boy has to grow up and find out that Superman is connected.
Yes. Well, it's who you know. And presumably the guy who wrote The Godfather knows Marlon Brando. And...
Are they like a package deal or something like that?
The cushiest fucking gig you can imagine. Holy shit.
I don't know. I thought Superman might kill Fredo at some point just for kind of good measure or whatever. But, you come from Krypton, everyone assumes you're mobbed up. It's a stereotype and it's hurtful.
We start in earnest on the planet Krypton, and I, if I'm honest, was a tad concerned.
Why is that?
It looks cool. It's all like icy and geometric looking. It
looks delicious, Sam. Let's call it what it is.
It looks like a PlayStation 3 theme. Like the look of it. It's very nice. I love it. But we've got Marlon Brando in some sort of space alien court.
Yes.
Proceedings.
Council, Sam. It's a
council. The people are being judged. It's weird and silly. I've also just realised that we get some baddies who are being sentenced here.
Seditionists.
Who I don't think show up again in this film.
So what we have here is a classic, both movies filmed at the same time situation.
Okay.
With the sequel, Superman 2, which relies heavily upon you knowing this bit from Superman 1, which they do actually repeat in Superman 2, to the point where I started this movie 2 separate times and then checked Wikipedia to make sure that there wasn't some sort of a listing error. And I'm not crazy, because it has happened before on one of the many platforms we watch our movies on, that I was in fact watching Superman 1 and not Superman 2. So, yes, on that note though, Sam, it's probably easy to see how maybe some youngsters, particularly those of us who grew up in the 90s, might have been a little bit bored at this point. We've got a council, we've got some sort of subcommittee, there's the chief, Keir Starmer here, the director of public prosecutions, is having a go at these would-be seditionists.
Yes.
And it was perhaps not the wham-bam, Tim Burton-esque action that we had come to expect as children who were being presented with things that were probably for adults instead.
I agree. We don't necessarily start with our strongest stuff here. However, I did get a flavour of the lovely effects that we would be seeing throughout this film. When these baddies are banished to Phantom Zone.
Phantom
Zone.
And these days, they send him to the Phantom Zone and they give him Switch 2, PS5 Pro, the lot.
I know.
You think, it's not very good. That's an OLED screen that they've been trapped in, all right? That's top of the line. I'd kill for that.
It's disgusting.
But I'm not a criminal, but these days with Kieran, that's what they get.
Yeah. It makes you want to be a criminal.
It does, yeah.
But they get banished in a sort of diamond mirror thing that it is so flat, it's got no depth to it at all. And
black and white movies look amazing in the Phantom Zone as well. Oh my God. Here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Hardcore seditionists here. You got General Zod.
What's a seditionist?
Seditionist is someone who tries to overthrow the government from within said government.
Right.
Your would-be insurrectionist.
Okay.
You got Zod. You got Ursa, who's apparently got a particular hatred for humanity. And the third guy, who I'm assuming is just the muscle of the group.
Yeah.
And they're all like, they're no-selling it. They're like, fucking do your worst. I'll be out before you even have a hot dinner, Jor-El. And they're like, they don't care. You'll kneel before me. Your children will kneel before me. And then the second they're in that Phantom Zone, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you their bark was worse than their bite. What's your plan, General Zod? Are you going to take a crap on Jor-El's desk? Then what?
So Marlon Brando is playing Jor-El? Jor-El.
Look, Sam, I'll tell you right now, you're more familiar with the name of his character than Marlon Brando clearly was at this point in time. An infamous performance, this. One that was allegedly cue card heavy.
You surprise me. He has a theory that he's expressing to the council that the planet is going to burn because of a big sun or something. I thought, is this an environmental allegory or a kind of, a sort of metaphor for our times?
All right, cool it, Jimmy Carter. We don't care. Like, boo.
And they're saying that him trying to create panic is an act of insurrection. He's not allowed to do anything about it. He's just got to keep on going as normal. Otherwise,
and Jor-El is like, if we just put some solar panels here on the Fortress of Solitude, we might avert. No!
There is actually a scheme that not everyone in the UK knows about. Not everyone in Krypton knows about.
Yeah, and some of the council, they're like, look, we here on Krypton are very adaptable. Yeah. And obviously, we all regret that the planet is going to explode. But I feel like those of us who live in the post-explosion society will have adapted to such a great degree. It'll trickle down, economics, stuff like that.
I'm coming in and what I'm saying is get explosion done. Just get it done. Just get it across the line.
Sam, I want a clean explosion, all right? And there's a lot of people out there want a no-deal explosion. That's not what I'm for. I want a clean explosion.
Clean explosion, yes.
Exactly.
Marlon Brando and his wife have got a little baby, and he knows that the planet's going to blow up, so he's like, right, I need to send little Kal-El, little baby, down to Earth, which they can do in a Christmas decoration ornament.
It's a very, very nice Christmas decoration.
Very festive.
For those of us who don't want the suffering Virgin Mary on top of your Christmas tree. Now, I'd like to have, obviously an angel there, but I think if you have Mary and she's crying blood because of how disappointed she is and all the shame, that's good. But if you must have a secular ornament, what Jor-El is whipped up here is not so bad, Now, Sam, I was wondering how many bad dads out there who've got the love of their life wrapped around their little finger have convinced them the planet is exploding. No, we gotta shoot them off into space, honey. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous, you know?
At a time that happens to coincide with the Euros. Interesting. That's when you want to send away the child.
Sorry, Al Gore. Where are your children? They're all floating around in the debris of space. I know it's serious, but you've got to stop doing it. Who will carry on your works?
Instantly as predicted, the planet is destroyed by a big exploding sun.
Yes, and Krypton Child Services blew up in the explosion as well, so they're in the clear.
Yeah,
they're safe.
Fine.
There's no paper trail.
Everything's gone all red and explodey, and then we get a big, albeit clean, explosion that gets across the line, which is what we wanted.
Exactly, and then you see in the pod that Marlon Brando has programmed it with all of this knowledge and know-how, and he's filmed lots of BBC masterclasses for his son to listen to. And Marlon gives a great performance. He's like, Jor-El, you're, sorry, Khalil? Einstein's theory of relativity. Don't interfere in... sorry, what? No, I will have the tuna, actually, yeah, for lunch. Thanks, very good. And that was the best take they got.
Yeah, they've had to piece that together. Superman gets his little exposition dump in his transportation crystal on the way down to Earth.
Do you think that it was by design that most of the Krypton technology seemed to be devised of salt?
To what end?
It was a very crystalline, and I wanted to lick a lot of the stuff that they had.
Yeah.
You know? I don't come out there saying, oh, that's a glacier mint. It's not. It's salty. I've chosen to believe it's a savoury experience.
I got a hard mint candy vibe from it. Yeah. It's Christmas up there. No, you're...
Sorry, it's mints and Christmas. What are you talking about?
You know... The Christmas
you know when you're brushing
mint.
your teeth and you just think of Christmas.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm going to go brush them right now.
So, Superman crashes to Earth in his little orb. A couple find the big crater in the ground as their truck breaks down. With a fully naked boy inside it.
It's the late 70s, so of course they're going to, for no reason whatsoever, full frontal nudity.
Could have popped something in front of him or something.
I mean, like... I swear to God, Sam, and I don't want to be one of these people, but if they are to put up the thing being like, okay, cultures and climates of the time or whatever it was, so we've gotten rid of the scene where we drown a rat in the abyss or whatever it is.
Yes.
Here, though, I mean, I did not want to see a nude child.
No.
And then the knowledge that it happened in the late 70s, aka when this sort of carry-on was widespread... did it need it? No. It was like an unfortunate accident of some sort that everyone happened to ignore. Editors, producers, and the test screening. How did the audience react to the fully nude child? Well, all the glitterati of the late 70s loved it. The uptick on the paedophiles, and particularly the closeted paedophiles that you don't know about, they loved it.
So, I didn't expect that. They really...
You know what he didn't put in that pod with his Encarta and all of his knowledge? The concept of shame.
Yeah, should have put that in there, because it really lingers on that shot, and he right.
And you know what, look, if you land here in the late 70s and you're forbidden from interfering in any of human history, maybe pop by the BBC. There's a little bit of human history you might want to interfere with.
Yes. The woman of the couple, Mrs. Kent, she's been praying for the Lord to give her a child, and one has fallen from the sky. And they're like, oh, maybe we should just take this child that fell out of the sky and take it as our own.
You could do that back in those days, couldn't you?
Yeah, no one was going to check. The truck that the dad is working on, trying to fix, nearly falls on him, and then baby Superman proudly lifts it up with his superhuman strength. So they know instantly that he's got powers.
A lot of us were probably watching thinking like, oh, right, we're going to cut to him then with a plow over his mouth, like chilling the fields in Kansas. Like, this boy's amazing. And he's got no paper. He's got no papers.
Maybe in the new Superman that's what happens. I don't know.
I was wondering if the very, very, very obvious kind of Christ-like Christian overtones of this were apparent to you. And obviously, famously, it was written by some Jewish comic creators back in the day. But I mean, I've seen Heretic recently, so I keep seeing allegories for Jesus Christ everywhere. He's very Christ-like in many respects.
Yes. Yeah.
He's raised by, a Mary and Joseph analog,
Yeah.
And Jesus had to pretend he was no good at football either.
Yeah.
Even though he'd be the 11th man on my field.
Yes, he was an absolute belter on the
Turns
ball.
water into goals, mate.
Yeah.
This entire Wembley arena, how are you going to feed them with 2 soccer balls? Leave it to him.
I thought it was a brave choice to cast a teenage Clark Kent who looks the same age, if not older, than the adult Clark Kent. I didn't really see the need for 2 lads there.
It happens, Sam. Like I think I was one of those boys who looked like he was in his 40s from age like 19 onwards. Right. So For me, that was... But the thing is, I'm still waiting for my moment where I suddenly revert back to like looking like a much younger man, which is what happens to Clark here.
It will be quite scary when that happens for you.
We need to update that logo, I think.
Yes. Clark kicking a football really far when he's upset that the other kids are excluding him is very
Kill
funny.
them all, Clark.
Yeah.
He's got this silent rage, hasn't he?
Yes.
And it's a good thing he fell down in conservative Kansas in the early 50s. Because I think that if he came down any other time, there'd be a wipeout there. They would be like, ha, Clark, you judge. Pick up my jockstrap, you little bitch. He'd be fucking lasering their heads off.
Yeah. Right. He can run as fast as a train, if not faster. Did that look really silly to you, the way he was running there?
I mean, yeah, obviously. But the thing about this movie, right, is that it has a pride in its effects.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
It does. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I think we said this before, that if the effects are slightly hokey, it's better to just kind of run with it and embrace it as opposed to like, little smoke and mirror, little flash fit here and there.
Yeah.
And they're consistently slightly weird and off-putting.
Yes.
And I think it's one of these movies as well that the higher the definition you watch it in, the worse it looks in many respects.
Yeah.
Because there was a nice bold outline on him most of the times he does anything remotely resembling action.
His dad, old man Kent, is so like supportive and sweet and nice and like takes him in his arm and is like, look,
Son, I understand the urge to kill at all times. But we all feel
we have to resist.
As men, we all feel that.
But he's like, I know you were sent here with a purpose. And it's been really nice. And then immediately dies of a heart attack.
When he dies of a heart attack,
oh
my good God Almighty! Don't let my last words be, "Oh no."
That's great last words. I'd love that as last words. Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I'd be like, oh, maybe he's not as wise as he thought he was. He said, "Oh no" is his last words or whatever it is.
I feel like ours would be, fuck's sake, and then
not again.
Not again.
Typical is what it is.
Yeah. There's a magic green crystal in the barn that's
the world's smallest lightsaber,
calling him back to North Pole, north to the Arctic.
The Arctic.
He's got to go there.
Yes, and just throw the crystal into the Arctic. Why? Obviously.
What's the geometric prism that lives in the Arctic that is connected to Krypton? Please.
The Fortress of Solitude.
Right. Okay. That's not where those guys were banished to.
No, that's the Phantom Zone.
Right, but this is the Fortress of Solitude, which is on Earth.
Yes.
All the time?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
I mean, I will say it's one hell of a Minecraft build you got going there, Clark.
Yeah.
Very intricate.
Nice. Yes. Looks cool as hell. Marlon Brando.
He's worse in this bit somehow.
I don't know if they filmed this on a video phone or something.
He's looking down.
Yeah,
he's fully head down.
It's not awful, but it's like it's noticeable that he's not there and is just kind of phoning this in a bit.
I can only assume it's like what we had with Alec Guinness in Star Wars, where perhaps the man believes this is slightly beneath his skill set.
Well, then why is he doing it?
Because he needs the money.
Yeah,
How else are you going to make McDonald Island? Okay, you gotta, Marlon, you gotta put the hours in down at the film factory. I will say, his whole speech here very much came across like a guided meditation, in so much as he was hoping your eyes were closed and you couldn't tell that he was reading off a sheet.
Yes. A lot of exposition, again, from Marlon Brando. But
basically, please be Jesus, son.
The key talking point here, don't mess with the course of human history.
That's a good argument to make to do nothing, basically.
Yeah, man.
Oh, are those bins coming out? Well,
Can't
unfortunately, in the course of human history, many bins have been taken out, and I am forbidden by my code to interfere with them.
Superman emerges from that as Superman. Pretty cool. Yeah, he's here. He's got the costume.
And we get the iconic music.
England, we're scoring more goals. England, we're bringing on Paul Scholes. We are the best team and we will beat you. We're going to win the whole thing because we're England. That's the music from...
That's the music.
Yeah, there we go.
That's it. It's many people call him Soccer Man instead of Superman, but in the UK he's just known as Footballman.
Footballman, yes. Footballman. Thank you for letting me do my little song that
I just want to make sure that you didn't... your guessing of it beforehand made me sit back and go, oh, it is very similar to Star Wars, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got that whole...
And then we go down and see a Death Star. That was very on the edge of that at all times.
It was, but that's not a bad thing. It puts it in the canon of those films in a way. It kind of
exactly. It's one awful multiverse that no one cares for.
Yes, you know, right. Here's what I like. This film doesn't faff around with like, and then Clark Kent got a job at this place, and he had to pretend to. We're just there. We're just like, oh, he's working at the Daily Planet. He's a reporter.
It kind of sets the scene for a lot of superhero movies going forward, where it's like we're assuming you know the basics.
Yeah,
you know Peter Parker gets bitten by a spider, so we can kind of rush through that bit, or in the more recent cases, just sidestep it altogether.
Yeah.
Similar with Batman, we can kind of hit the ground running. You know the fucking score, whatever it may be. So that was good, because I think if we did have to really drag out these bits, because I appreciated that the movie was kind of front loaded with a lot of non-Superman stuff, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
It did actually work to its strength, but it didn't take the piss, is what I'm saying.
No, it didn't. It kind of moved at I was going to say moved at a good pace, but there is some Marlon Brando stuff where you're like, do we have to go back? I guess contractually we've got...
Every second of this is moving us closer to an Oscar. We have to have as much Brando as possible.
I fucking love the characterization of both Superman, but especially Clark Kent.
Clark Kent is fucking great. Because I don't know where him being a drip begins versus him kind of assuming the identity of someone unassuming ends.
Yes.
I think both are true, but I think he is, in his heart of hearts, he's a fucking stupid alien weirdo who's like, oh, my parents are aliens, and I'm one too.
That's so good that he, like, I think you hit the nail on the head with, like, which one is the persona? And I don't know if it's either. And he's like, I love that he's just a bit of a dork.
Christopher Reeve does a fantastic job twice over. Good on him for that, because I think we often perhaps overlook that when you have a decent performance in a superhero movie, if it's really done well, it's two performances.
Yeah.
And I always thought it's a short list of people who actually have given us, that's very much the normal persona, and then that's the alter ego, whatever it is. Because I feel like Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne is just like, it's just Batman with a slightly different voice. He doesn't feel like, he feels like too much of an actor, whatever it is.
Sure.
I don't feel like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is that different. He's a slightly less sassy Spider-Man, I guess. Michael Keaton is probably the only person who does this as well, if not a bit better in terms of keeping the two bits separate and very entertaining.
Yes, but did he spill water on himself and then get stuck in a revolving door? I don't know.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
His reaction to having a gun pointed at him, this was great, because I was like, come on now, don't be like a total fucking sap here and let Lois Lane here get shot full of holes and her purse stolen. At that point, kill me, So he has to kind of thread the needle of being, is he naive, or is he trying to keep his kind of whole kind of his identity so secret that even he has to make himself forget that you can just eat that gun if you want to, man. Come on. Oh wait, no, he can't see through lead. So see this, Superman. Bang!
I couldn't see. Yeah, so they're getting mugged. Lois is cool. She tries to kick the mugger.
She's fucking great.
Yeah.
There's an example of, if you probably listed all the lines of dialogue that she has, you'd be like, oh dear, like it's just a typical not particularly meaty role.
Yeah.
She's the damsel of the day. But man, she's got, I don't know what it is, she's got that fucking charisma, electricity, she's got great chemistry with both Clark and with Superman. Phenomenal performance.
Yes. I think the fact that Clark is a drip really helps. And she's not like helpless and, a damsel in distress. She's like very cool.
Yeah, she's the one who like knocks out the guy with the gun, Yeah.
And because Superman catches the bullet but has to pretend that he didn't do that, he seems even more like a dream. He's like, I fainted from this fear of the situation.
Are you scared of being shot in the head? God.
You fucking loser.
Be a man.
Yeah.
My dad used to shoot me in the head every day after school. Nothing wrong with it.
No, it made me who I am today. Right, so I love the characterization of Superman and Clark Kent. Even more surprising to me was Lex Luthor and his extended little gang of kind of silly criminals. Like,
I mean, he is basically, he'd fit right at home, I think, in a 60s Batman double bill type of thing.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, he is a criminal mastermind, but he's outrageously understaffed.
Yes.
Like, he's got a man who eats pretzels, and he's got like a sassy babe.
Yeah.
And like, hey, you know, I've started podcasts with Les, you know. But like, it's the type of thing that, like, for me as a kid, I adored. Like, I fell in love with like Batman and Spider-Man, the cartoons, and even the 60s Batman TV show as a very young boy, because I loved villains.
Yeah.
But I think, as much as I love villains, I think it was like, I liked characters who had like, it's the blank, you know, costumes, powers, silly things like that. Dare I say, this absolute silly comedy clown show was somehow too subtle for my discerning 9-year-old eyes. But they're great. They're great.
Just being in an underground lair,
a base,
and declaring that they want to commit the crime of the century. Fucking great stuff. Yes, that's what you need.
And I like as well, we're setting the stage here. There's a criminal mastermind deep underneath the surface of the earth. And he's like, I'm about to pull off the greatest real estate swindle of all time. Well, you better get me an invulnerable man who can fly to sort it out. Because I don't trust the property ombudsman at this point.
No. Gene Hackman, great at this.
He did this with his eyes closed, it felt like, and in the best way possible. It felt like this flowed out of him like fine wine. It was great.
He could have done Marlon Brando's role as well.
Probably, yeah. He should have, let's be honest, like, you know.
So Clark and Lois have got this kind of, you know, Clark is really drawn to her, but he's got to keep his power secret. Lois kind of, you know, gets on with him, but finds him a bit of a dweeb.
I like that Lois is extremely confident and assured in her job, despite the fact that the few times we see her doing actual journalism, it's like, how do I spell that or whatever? Like, I would think that a complete inability to spell would only get you so far in the cutthroat world of beat journalism in the 70s.
It's about confidence, Kevin. It's about confidence. If you've got the confidence, you can do anything.
Back in the good old... Who remembers the 70s when you could become a Pulitzer-winning newspaper journalist by not even being able to spell, and you could buy a house for £25 or whatever it was?
Those were the days. Who remembers?
Those are the days.
Who remembers? It all gets a bit Final Destination, though, when Lois is getting in the Daily Planet chopper, the whirly-bird.
I'm glad you called that. And you know what it was, Sam? She was the whirly-bird on the helicopter pad. Now, I've started calling that the nest, because that's where the whirly-bird lives.
The whirly-bird's in the nest.
It is. And if you're lucky, don't disturb them.
Yeah.
It'll lay a helicopter egg for
a baby chopper.
That's where Budgie, remember Budgie, the horrible, I'm a helicopter but a boy. Remember that?
Yeah. Ugh.
Awful stuff.
The chopper gets caught on something. It's teetering on the edge. It's going to crash off a building. Clark has got the outfit on under his shirt. Changes quickly in a revolving door. He fucked up the revolving door last time, but this time he's straight in there, and he's done a quick change at the same time.
Confidence.
Flies up to save Lois.
Do you think that it's like a mindset thing, that like when he is just Clark, and because he's out of sorts, he's dressing up in weird clothes. He's like, oh, I've got a double Windsor knot and a double-breasted suit, falling all over himself. Whereas when he's in the super suit, it's like when you're in a nice comfy pair of trousers, you know?
Yeah. I'm not sure what it is, but he's really in two different mindsets when he's... There's not anything that actually changes between... Like, the suit doesn't give him powers, and he always has the powers. There's
non-stop powers.
There's some shift there, and it's his mental psyche.
What I'm saying is Superman has a growth mindset.
Yes.
And that's what you kids need these days, all right? Segue into Kevin and Sam's extremely popular masculinity podcast,
yeah,
all right?
It's all about mindset.
Because a lot of Supermen are afraid to even talk to their supermothers these days, Sam. And I think that's a shame. They won't even give them a super hug. They're afraid they'll crush them to death.
There must be a podcast called Super Masculinity, and I dread to think about what the contents are. But
yes, there is. It's called Cinema Swirl.
Right, we need to get into something that I think everyone's fucking talked about forever. But when he flies up to save Lois,
Yeah.
and his transition from Clark to Superman is essentially different clothes, and he's popped the old glasses off. How does she not recognize that it's the same guy?
I mean, Sam, I have literally taken my glasses off and not been recognised in the past. It's seriously. Have you ever tried it?
Let's give it another go. We did. I'm sure we did this recently, but let's pop the old glasses off. What? To be fair, two different guys.
And much like Superman, now that we have our glasses off, we're going to be like, anyway, what happens next? Am I doing it? Hey, welcome.
So loud.
Oh, no. No,
Yeah.
Sam, no, it's you talk now. You do your bit.
But you would know. But you would.
Why, Sam, to podcasts like that, I'd have to be Kevin, man.
You would know that this was me, right? You would not be like, oh, a different guy.
No, I'll say it right now. I know that it's you, but I don't like that it's you. Do you know? I'd rather.
We're back. We're okay.
There
we're all right. Yeah.
Like, if you can see the stress that it causes me, imagine what a beloved dog like Stanley. You take those glasses off, that's a different animal in your house.
Have I talked to you about the haircut thing with Stanley? I think I have.
He fucking like it. Yeah.
No. Well, he thinks he brings a toy that I got him when I had that haircut before. He always brings me the same toy when I've had a haircut. It's amazing. I love it.
Get a different haircut, you might get a different toy.
Oh, yeah.
He might bring you an amiibo this time. Who knows?
It suspends disbelief a little bit that she wouldn't be like, oh, this guy who's the same shape, size, face, hair as Clark. But we have to just ignore that, and that's okay.
I think what it is, Sam, is that the closed-mindedness of those in the late 70s in Metropolis have seen such little variation in their bell-bottom trousered world that when a man comes at them wearing something new like that, it's like, whoa. Whereas now, if we saw Superman flying up to you, you'd be like, so you're on like OnlyFans or something, is that it? Like, what's your thing? You know, you just assume it's some new trend that you're not aware of.
We talk quite a bit. So he successfully saves Lois Lane, and they have a little chat, and so I hope you're not scared of flying. Statistically, it's the safest way to travel.
That's why I like his fucking PSA business, like... And make sure you don't climb in a dishwasher, young lady. That kind of thing.
He's still kind of a dork, especially as he flies away. He always does a little sign off. In this case, it's just, bye. I love that. See you later. Great.
What's his catchphrase? He says bye.
Bye.
When he leaves. My dad does that as well. That's not a catchphrase.
It's polite, and I like that about Superman.
There should be more polite superheroes.
Yeah.
I agree. But
yeah.
Superman is like me and housework. Once he's saved one little thing, he'll tend to try and do 3 or 4 other small jobs at the same time.
Yeah.
Little and often, you know. Are you putting on the kettle? You can empty the dishwasher, and while you're doing that, give the hob a wipe down. Why not?
Is this to do with all his little side missions that he now does around
town? He does all
town?
his side missions. Yeah. And how have we not got a proper like open world Superman game yet? It feels fair. Like surely
he does the bit that's recreated in an Eminem music video where the criminals kind of climbing up the building with the sucker things, and then he's standing horizontally.
No, that music video, that's parodying 60s Batman, I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
When they would walk up on the side like that.
It's the same thing. It's the same, but
he had suction cups. That's different.
No, but then Superman is standing the other way, right? Anyway,
yeah.
Superman's
anyway. Look, he fucking loves music. Loves music, yeah. Well, you know who doesn't love music? Slim Shady's mother. She'd be ashamed of him.
Clark's doing all his side missions, right? And I love I have to remember that this is before we had loads of superhero movies. I don't know if this is like the first superhero movie. It's probably not. But like There must have been ones before this, but
the 60s Batman had they had a movie that came out, whatnot. But,
so we haven't had that thing where it needs to become more gritty and grounded. None of that has happened yet.
You can be this. This is the thing that we're actually. I think honestly, we're going to come full circle now because people are so sick of the grittiness of Zack Snydery stuff and whatnot.
With some silly
I'm expecting the new Superman. We're going to be much closer to this little kind of. Oh, so that's sweet and nice because people like things that are nice now. That's woke and bad.
But what that means is we can get baddies literally like laughing and counting their money in their hands.
I mean, but now they'd just be checking their Venmo, wouldn't they?
They would
on an app. They don't even criminals these days. On the criminal Facebook groups, it's like who remembers counting your money?
Who remembers cash?
Who remembers hideouts? Eh? Who remembers? Who remembers opening a safe with a stethoscope?
Superman gets bashed with a crowbar and it makes a funny boing noise.
And he goes, bad vibrations, awful, great stuff. Like I love the subtext of like this guy's so terrifyingly omnipotent and powerful that I'm not even going to draw attention to the laboured wordplay that he's got going on.
No, that's maybe the one thing that he's not an expert at. He's not got superpowers in.
He didn't have that module on his Encarta disc, obviously.
He rescues a cat, still does his little bye as he goes.
Oh, this cat saving bit drove me fucking up the wall.
Why?
Another reminder that don't you remember what happened at the end of this scene?
What happened?
Okay, saves the cat, gives it to the girl.
Yeah.
See you later, little cat, and goodbye, miss. Bye.
Yeah.
And she comes in, she goes, Mommy, a man and Kate came down and saved the cat from the tree. And the lady goes, what have I told you about lying? And then you hear, Tch.
Oh, I might have missed that bit.
Superman, sorry, I thought this would be the fun, jovial Superman. No, there's a twist to every tale, a thorn to every rose. You thought he was saving a cat. He was exposing that child to physical abuse.
I was too busy still laughing at the little dorky bye as he flies away. I was like still reeling from that.
You know what, Sam? I think it's time to officially announce the Mahon cut of Superman coming, which is it's a bit different from the Mahon cut of Les Mis where you stop watching once Eddie Redmayne shows up.
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne is not in this movie. But get rid of the naked child.
Yes.
And the child being slapped.
Get rid of all children, I'd say.
I will say right now, I cannot wait to hear if anyone's got a great argument for the inclusion of a naked child and a child being hit. Yeah. Oh, we can have one at least. I'd rather neither. I'm an idealist. I don't want there to be naked children or children being hit in my carefree superhero movies. That's me.
You're
that's
so
me.
Brave. You're so
I know.
brave, everyone.
Sam, that's my truth. Yeah, okay? And I'm expressing it.
Also, you could call that cut Superman. So, there you go. It's got... Yeah? Yeah?
Very good.
Yeah, because it sort of sounds like man.
I know, and I don't want to, however, lean in more to the fact that some people in the UK don't like to give me my full 2 syllables.
No. Look, we've been over before how it was a bit of a clumsy one for a lot of us to sort of get our mouths around.
Maybe I call you Sam Schlan, you know? You don't get that. You get your beat. I want my beat.
Yeah.
If people were doing a rap about me, if the Grimesters, right, if I was going to get the crossover with the grime artists of the day, they'll go, oh no, we can't use that for a rhyme because it's man. I mean, no, it's Mahon. You could. I've got the 2 beats. You know, I could. Even though I understand that man is an easier rhyme, but I don't want an easier rhyme that's not mine.
No, you'd rather the authenticity of someone trying to rhyme something with man. There's some interesting co-pilot communication as Superman, I think, rescues Air Force One, maybe?
It's a big one. The remarkably calm, steely-nerved pilot who's like, I'm not telling you why, but we're okay in spite of Engine 1 being on fire.
We've learnt nothing from the rehearsal season 2.
Clearly not. Here, Captain All Ears, listen up.
First Officer Blunt is not helping the situation.
He is absolutely not. So Lex Luthor is very intrigued by all the reporting and the happenings of this Superman.
In the underground lair, Gene Hackman, as Lex Luthor, is swimming around in a big pool, but not like, he doesn't look cool doing it. He's like flipping around and doing silly little things underwater.
Yeah, his lair is one of those things where the longer you're in it, the more you realize it's not great. It's like, oh, that's impressive, but like you are in the bowels of like an old municipal hall or what. It's not great, Lex. The heating must be a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, Eve, his sort of, I think, girlfriend / accomplice.
Yeah, Miss Tessmacher, who she's I think an assistant come mistress, come catch-all lady to hand.
She's sort of sunbathing with a massive tanning lamp pointed down on her. That's good stuff. I think the thing with them, and I think the reason why they need to be criminals, is they spend on the wrong things. They put their money in the wrong places.
Like, for instance, Otis, he loves pretzels too much.
Yes.
And I love Otis too much. Any character who can be introduced and explained by one instrument, and it's Otis. Like, Otis, they give him the instrumentation they give the real bad men on Married at First Sight, where it's like...
Yeah.
I really love the girl. She's really great. I'm just really nervous because my dad died and I've never been... Talk about your loser dead dad again some more. We need more B-roll, you fucking idiot. And then they zoom in on the partner. Oh, God, I'd rather be anywhere else than this fucking... this loser. This fatherless drip.
Meanwhile, the editor of the Daily Planet, he wants I want the name of this flying guy, this guy. This guy.
You can name him. You're the press, man. Come on.
I find it funny that Clark's in that sort of meeting, and I was hoping he'd be like, oh, maybe Mr. Cool, like the sexy man. What?
Mr. Cool. He's being Mr. Cool, Mr. like really, really cool man.
Strong sex man, could we call it?
Maybe
that,
something
maybe?
like that. I don't know. So it's up to Lois. Lois is going to grill this fucker. It's her time. It's her time to get the one-on-one. Now, of course, these days he go on Rogan instead. You know?
Yeah.
I can't tell a lie, but I believe all this heinous shit instead. Oh no!
But this was back in the days of the Inside Scoop, and that's what Clark gives Lois. He knows that, if he goes there as Superman, he's giving her a real boost in her career. It's great. So she's instantly they're both very flirty with each other in this exchange.
They're both taken aback by how much they like the other.
Yes. And it gets quite a little bit raunchy. There's stuff... A little. Quite a lot.
It's the late 70s, folks.
Yes.
It is.
I think she's basically being like, do you get super erections? Or, there's stuff like that.
How many super wanks do you typically have in a day? 9. Jesus. You obviously, I was pointing out as well, you vastly underestimated this man's superpowers.
Yeah. Okay, he can do literally everything.
We don't even see the half. Literally, we don't see the half of it in this movie. There's loads of other shit.
I sort of love how overpowered he is as a character. Like, there's basically no vulnerability. I mean, we get to the kryptonite thing later, but he can do anything.
Yeah, he's basically like imagination circa 1938.
Yeah.
The man. What can you think a man could do, and he can do it,
there's something really fun about it, though, that, he can't feel pain. He's the strongest person in the world. He can fly. He can go super fast. He can see through shit.
Anything else with his eyes? I'm going to try and drill into this because I feel you know this.
Has he got laser eyes?
He does. He has special laser eyes.
And yet, ironically, as Clark Kent, he's wearing glasses. I think if you've got laser eyes, mate, you'd have sorted that out and you wouldn't need to wear the glasses.
He's got four laser eyes.
Yeah. Because of the glass. Yeah.
Put the glasses back on, mate.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you one of the greatest put downs I ever got? Because I used to get street abuse,
Yeah.
On the street and whatnot.
Underrated 3DS feature, by the way.
And the one I got once in Galway, which was, "Oi, Stephen Hawking," which. I don't know what it was with me walking across the street that elicited that response, but I got it, Do, 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 do.
You know what? I'm sorry that happened, and that was sad.
Oh, it's fine. I got serviceable podcast material out of it, so look at me now, eh?
He's going through his powers. He's showing off here, saying he can see through anything, impervious to pain. Lois is like, well, what colour underwear am I wearing then? I'm like, look, fucking hell, Lois.
And then Lois like, really? Shoot him up sorry, just to check.
But we establish through that he can't see through lead.
So you'll never forget that Superman can't see through lead, because that's when he was trying to get a look at the Goyle's underwear.
It must be the lead. But then she moves away from the lead. It's like pink. And it's just an absolute flirt fest.
It is. And again, to the credit of both of them, I think you could have put this in the hands of a lot of other people. No shade being thrown, but Henry Cavill, I don't think that he would be able to pull off they're pink.
No, too intense. I absolutely loved that when Lois mentions Clark, Superman is like, Clark, who's that? Your boyfriend? It's so...
He's doing this, like... What? Who?
He sounds like a real handsome guy. That's you. Like, I don't even know why he needs to keep it a secret, necessarily. Like, well, I mean, I guess you kind of would just out of trying to be safe.
I mean, I think it's literally so he can send half the paycheck home to Smallville. That's literally it, I think. Okay. I think otherwise, he's probably screwed.
Yeah.
It's strictly a monetary thing. Otherwise, he can't get a social security number, I guess,
But it's funny that he's like competing with himself for Lois's attention. It's a very fun Mrs. Doubtfire style dynamic.
And he's kicking his ass as well, Sam. He really is. He's running rings around himself at this point. So he's like, right, look, we're going to go up and fly. That's kind of the feature, the main thing that I do, basically. Did he drop her on purpose? That's my big brain question.
I would say yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a purposeful drop. To then have
lads, when you're driving the lady in the car and you'll pretend to crash just to be like, don't worry, I'm in control. But at any moment I choose, we could both die.
Yes, and that's one of the top tips of our Super Masculinity podcast.
Tell them to buckle up. Quite literally.
Yes. Big, long flying scene, big tour of the city. Right, can he read minds as well? Because he's
got some telepathy going on here, yeah. Now, officially, I wouldn't have listed that as one of his things, but it's a thing that you could suppose that he could do. So, yeah, sure. Yeah.
She's so enamored with him, she's trying to communicate with him telepathically, at the very least. We can hear it. Whether Superman can is another thing.
I have wasted so many times having conversations with people I thought were telepathic and...
Oh, yeah.
Like, telepathy does exist, but it's just me that can do it, no one else, and it's really annoying. It's like having the first telephone, or like when I was on Google+. There's no one to do it with.
So she comes up with the name Superman, presumably because he is a, kind of Superman.
You owe that woman a lot of money, just so you know, Clark. Like, that's pretty big Brandon stuff going on.
Big Brandon played Superman later on, by the way.
He did, yes. What happened to him, eh? What happened to Big Brandon?
So Clark arrives for a date with Lois after that.
Can't you do anything right, you fucking dink?
When she looks a bit sort of flustered by the fact that she's just had this big chat with Superman, does he imply that she's been smoking the wacky backy? She's like, you haven't been there.
Either that, or he thinks that humans drink very delicately out of... Because he does do this. It's like, have you been drinking tea in Buckingham Palace, my dear? He has that vibe to him. Now, this is what I was wondering. Is he deliberately giving an underwhelming second date to really, up the quality of the actual date? And he's like, I'm going to take you out for a burger. It's like, she's been flying. This is going to make her dwell on the pitfalls of normal, pathetic men. You've sealed the deal there, my friend.
Who does he want to win,
Both.
Yeah. It's the thrill of the chase, and he gets to have that twice. Yeah, fair enough to him. I don't blame him.
I think, we're going to be dealing with multiple personality syndrome here is what's going on,
Lex Luthor has determined or figured out or researched the fact that kryptonite...
Deducing.
He's deduced that kryptonite will kill Superman. Why? How? Doesn't really matter. It's just nice that the villain has got this sort of... the foil that will get Superman.
I've always aspired to what Gene Hackman has here, Sam, which is he can say something so confidently with a great voice that it really doesn't matter what he says as long as the beats are hit at the end. It's like, look, he said the word kryptonite and he said it as Gene Hackman. Kryptonite's a thing now, okay? Yes. Deal with this.
Yeah. They're concerned that Superman will rumble their big project here, which is to intercept some nuclear missiles that are just being transported on the back of a truck. I guess that's how that happens.
Who remembers that, eh? We used to all climb into Dad's missile truck and we'd we go to Little Chef as well, wouldn't we, on the way? Yeah. And Rainforest Cafe. Oh, remember them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, who remembers jam and bread?
And you say, Mom, I want to play with the missile. And say, well, not when it's dark.
It's your sister's turn now. Let her. She gets to triangulate the missile. Oh, she'll just aim it at me.
And the pre-established bumbling gang of losers who are in this criminal gang, they hack into a nuclear missile to reroute it.
It is, to my estimation, Sam, the only time a man accompanied by a comedy trumpet has hacked a missile.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. He's doing high-tech stuff. Stop it. That man's earned a synth. Come on. Yeah, it's good.
But he's hacking, which is nerd shit, because he's such a dork. What a loser.
The bit where Miss Tessmacher is laid out, and it's like 10 army guys like, whoa, look at that corpse. Hands off her. She's mine. I'm going to embalm her.
Yeah,
it's mine. It's a different time, wasn't it? Like
different time.
That used to be that show on BBC, wasn't it, where they used to get a recently deceased woman and they put her around for a ring of men to look at her and make comments about her appearance.
Yes.
Who remembers Corpse Watch, eh? Oh, God. Upstairs, downstairs, Corpse Watch, them next door, all the greats.
Who remembers, eh?
Who remembers?
Lex Luthor, meanwhile, is buying up random bits of desert. He's buying up the land.
Wait a minute, that's real estate.
Yes. Clark is meeting with the paper editor, and then a warning alarm thing goes on, a transmission.
A high-frequency transmission.
At a frequency that only Superman and dogs can hear, is sent to him to lead him directly to Luthor's lair.
Now, what was interesting about this, Sam, is that as he flew there, we didn't have the pretense of the spinning door or the shirt being opened. He just shapeshifts, which is a thing he can do now.
So why did he faff around with the doors?
I think it's because he's concerned that people might find that alarming and doesn't just do it.
Yeah, but in an emergency situation, he can just materialize the suit onto him and the clothes off.
It's for our benefit, you know?
Yeah. Thank you, Superman.
Thank you, Superman. I feel more at home with you getting changed usually. So they have Superman heading to the lair.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see Otis and Superman just fucking duke it out, man. Let's see who it is. Like, who's the better man? Let's go. Let's see it, man. Come on. Krypton versus Earth. Let's do it. Like,
we don't know how he would respond to pretzels. That's the thing. We haven't tested those on Superman. We've tested everything else. There's a bit where Superman is like kind of trapped in a mad, I'm going to say it, torture corridor, where they throw bullets at him, they throw fire, they throw ice, and he's just like, what? You what, mate?
Yeah, he's deduced all that, but he still wants to have a go, just in case he's covering all angles.
Lex Luthor is doing the important research here. And again, that's for us. So we know, okay, bullets, nothing, fire, nothing, ice, nothing.
They should give him a vaccine, see what happens. Yeah. Get to the bottom of it.
We've got another blow up the fault line and cause a big flood plan, which we just had in A View to a Kill. I didn't realise thematically there'd be so much overlap, but
we've got listeners out there. Yeah. West Coast. Fucking sorry that people are always trying to break you off from the rest.
It's rude.
They do that in Escape from LA as well. It's ridiculous. Leave them be.
Stop it. But this time, it's because Luthor's got real estate that will then become the coast.
Exactly. And this is one of my favourite things in the world to pause is to have a look and see at all of the proposed new cities that we're going to have. Don't know about you, Sam, but I want to live in Otisburg, but maybe summer in Tessmacher Peaks.
Yeah. Again, such comic book dork villains here, like naming the cities after themselves.
Yeah, and then he's like, hey, I didn't give you Otisburg. He's like, you are sorry, but I'm wiping it up. Great stuff.
Brilliant
What
stuff.
a fucking miserable 9-year-old I was. Just because they didn't have, like, shiny boots on them or whatever it is here. These are world-class villains having a good laugh.
This is really fun. An effect I really liked was we get a little shot of Superman's see-through ability, and it feels very like point-and-click video gamey, and it kind of like it's static and it scans across some cupboards and stuff, and you can see what's in them. Very fun.
Personally, Sam, now I don't mean to villain-splain here, but personally, I wouldn't tell Superman shit.
No, I wouldn't tell him all the stuff.
Only assume he's got a heightened sense of figuring things out to begin with.
Yeah.
I don't need to help him along with my need to tell him things.
Right, I thought the stuff with the kryptonite, which comes out in a little weird...
Chunk?
A chunk, yeah, attached to a chain.
I will say though, Sam, I've seen this type of a thing on Etsy. You know, when I'm looking up for for gifts or whatever, it's like, you want a chunk of raw mineral with a really cumbersome, unflattering chain? That's definitely going to give your wife a rash.
Yep.
There it is.
The low price of £300. It comes out, and I thought it was all a bit underwhelming. I thought kryptonite was gonna really fuck him
cooler?
up. But
you want him to get sick and stuff. That type of thing.
It's a bit.
It feels like he hates water more than anything else.
Yeah.
That seems to be what's doing him in, like.
Yeah, he gets trapped in the pool with the kryptonite. I assume he can't drown either, Superman. I don't know if he gets fully trapped under the water or not.
I think what it is, the idea is to kill him of embarrassment because of how stupid he looks during this whole bit. I'll tell you what I did like is Superman has got one flaw in the armor, Sam. One thing that he can't perhaps do as the rest of us humans can. His name calling is a bit subpar. He calls Lex a diseased maniac, and I really was like, have you seen something? Have you had to look at it deliver? Has he got hep or what?
He can see through stuff, so he had
a look earlier when Lois was like, no cancer. Yes. So, don't do that.
Diseased maniac is maybe a bit of a spoiler alert. He's already seen that there is a disease there, and he's seen into his brain, so he can probably see the maniac bit.
You know what the disease is, Sam? Cruelty.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
I don't know. As soon as I said that, the phrase "it's cruel to be kind" came into my head. Like that's some sort of a standard phrase that has been thrown out over the years.
It is a phrase.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a horrible phrase.
You have to be cruel to be kind. You know, that's the thing.
Is that like a parental version of treat him mean, keep him keen?
No, so I think if your child was really bad at singing but wanted to go on the X Factor, you'd have to say, you are not good enough to be on that, and they'll make fun of you, to save them the embarrassment of being humiliated on television. That's being cruel to ultimately be kind. Yeah.
Who would you rather tell you that? Your boring old smelly dad?
Yeah.
Or celebrity Simon Cowell?
Yeah. With this weird face.
You're not very good. Someday, and I will fear it will have to be behind a paywall, I will tell you all about how I was this close.
Oh.
This close. To being in a fully fledged skit with Simon Cowell.
Yes.
I have the script.
Yep. Okay. A real tease for some exclusive content somewhere at some point down the line. It's good stuff.
It involves pies.
Yep. Yeah. I feel guilty because I know this story. But listeners, it's good.
If it comes to pass, I wouldn't be doing this because my career would be ruined because I'd be known as the guy who did that instead of his lovely podcast. Like, the whole time I'm like, I'm doing this. I am going to end my career by doing it, but I will do it.
Yes.
Sure. Thank God Ant and Dec had other ideas, eh?
If we go back to Superman. Miss Tessmacher, she frees Superman because in the nuclear blast, it's going to destroy Hackensack.
That's where my mom
lives.
Where
her mum lives. And
yes,
Gene
another superpower for your record, Sam. He's got the gift of the gab, and he's like, go on, love, help us out. And she does.
Yeah, she does. She kisses him against his will, which is, not ideal, but it was the 70s, and we move on.
It was kind of like on my pyramid of things that were like, it was the time and bad. It was fairly low down by comparison.
Yeah. Superman is racing against missiles, which is fun to see. It had a very pod racing feel to it as he was jetting around chasing after that. I was like, this is pod racing.
Can't believe Sebulba tried to nuke Hackensack. What a dickhead. And I'm like, yeah, go on, Soup. Fuck these missiles up, man.
Yeah.
I was really excited at this part. Great action.
Yep.
There's a big quake happening. Everything escalates. Like, at any point during this whole big action sequence, if Superman went, it's just one fucking thing after another, and gave up, I wouldn't have blamed him.
Yeah.
Because he stops the nuke, But then there's a big quake anyway. So then he goes down into hell and asks Satan to stop making the earth shake.
Oh.
And even still, now the Golden Gate Bridge is going. Jesus.
The bit where, the Golden Gate Bridge, the cables are all snapping. The bit where he's underground, pushing the fault line up. He's like literally terraforming the earth from underneath it. It's so cool and silly.
What you're saying there, that's like how I describe taking the bins out to Joe when there's like 2 bins. It's like, I literally have to take them. I have to fight the forces of nature. I have to undo tectonic plates.
The Hollywood sign falls over at one point, I think. We've seen that.
And not the big dam, no!
It's a big dam exploding. He uses himself as a train track to stop a train crash. That's great. He saves a school bus full of kids. Great.
You will say, Sam.
Yeah.
It's generous action.
It's really generous action.
This is, early superhero movie and all that jazz, or early prototype of what the blockbuster would be.
Yeah.
Very often, like, when the action does come in most Marvel movies these days, it's very often the part that I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we've got to get through this.
Get through it. Like, it's the bit I'm least interested in because it's so perfunctory. I've seen so much of it. Very often it's telegraphed. Like, here, even now, all these years later, when this thing has been done a million times or whatever, it's just, I don't know. They could have given you one of these. They could have given you the dam is exploding and Superman has to stop it, or the Golden Gate Bridge, or the earthquake. They do it all.
All of it all
and
at
they do it
once.
all back to back to back. And it doesn't feel like frantic.
No.
It doesn't feel like a headache-inducing, too much to keep. Great stuff.
It's really good stuff. I found we mentioned this a bit before, but the effects of him like lifting people up and saving them are sometimes quite funny and a little bit hokey, but always extremely charming. And
yes.
I'd rather have them there than not have them there. The effects are quite nice.
I wonder, with the youngsters and whatnot, because I think us as, as the children of the 90s and noughties as we were,
yes,
so much of what we were presented was kind of like, isn't it so much better than, and then example A, B, and C of like kind of things that are hokey and bad and boring or not as cool, the effects aren't as awesome or whatnot. And I feel like a lot of this stuff maybe got resigned to the dust heap for some of us. And I don't know, I wonder if like now so much time has passed and there's been like 20 unbroken years of not a whole lot of progress in the worlds of effects, at least as it feels for us, the consumer.
Yeah.
I wonder if the youngsters might see something like this and see the charm, see the quaint, wholesome, wow, they did that with nothing but spirit and gumption and Christopher Reeve.
I would hope so. I'd be interested to know. But it feels there's something tactile. I know they're still technically digital, or they're special effects, but they feel a bit more, I don't know.
I feel like there's a movie or two going to come out that's going to try and recreate as much as possible this era of filmmaking, and I think it'll be wildly successful. Yeah. If not extremely expensive and difficult to do.
Lois she gets trapped in her car.
Oh, this is fucking horrible.
In the fault line, basically. She's sort of in the
you could have given me one shot of her in there going, oh no, and then whatever. But it's like, oh no, I'm breathing soil. Oh no, and I'm incredible. Like, we got every step of her demise. Good God.
Yeah, and she fully dies from suffocation from a car that fills up with dust and debris. When Superman is flying around and he sees this.
Oh, this is scary, Superman.
The shock and the sadness in his face. Very good performance from Christopher. And then the bit where he realizes she's dead.
The rage.
But like the big wide shots of just him looking sad over her body are very comic booky. You can imagine like these big sprawling illustrations of like, oh, this is so sad.
There's a lot actually of shots that are very kind of comic booky and whatnot. But
what you're touching on is that big visceral fucking scream as he flies away. Like, gone is the bye. This is like, like he's so sad and upset.
See you later. In the Mahon cut, this is the point where he goes up and he destroys Earth.
Yeah, fuck this shit. He's so upset, so angry, so hurt that he flies around the world, which again looks quite nice and tangible. And that reverses time and undoes all of the stuff that we've just seen of...
Time is a ball, Sam, don't forget.
Yes. So I fucking love that this man who can do anything and has superhuman everything can also manipulate time. That's cool.
I reckon he's going to do that once or twice a week, though.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the reason why TiVo came in this universe as quickly as it did in the Americas was because they were sick of him doing it. Like, just watch +1. Jesus.
There's only so much hard drive space when you're talking about the entire world. He is overpowered as fuck, and I kind of fucking love it. It's great.
Yeah. I think is right, because of what he's up against, obviously natural forces at work, yada, 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 but like, the villain isn't like and he's also the most powerful. There's something quaint about the villain being, and the villains, I should say, being so far away from what his strengths or whatever is.
Yeah.
It's not a battle of titans. It's just he's a Superman and he's stopping all these bad things that are happening.
Yeah.
That was the thing I think that I failed to grasp as a child, that it wasn't like a battle between these two titans, these big bastards are going to have a big kick-ass fight. Cool. It was something a little more old-fashioned.
That's really exemplified by the fact that immediately after this, he just like picks them up and arrests them. Like there's no like big fight. There's no standoff. There's nothing.
And can I say as well, as a legal strategy,
Yeah.
declaring yourself a criminal mastermind in a prison,
Yeah.
not before trial. The jury is going to hear that, man. They're going to, well, you said you're a criminal mastermind. Well, we got corroborated by this Otis lad here. And I'm assuming what Miss Tessmacher got off because she's nice. Or
I guess so. Yeah.
Or there's a separate prison where he's like drops her off and like she deserves a severe but slightly less lengthy sentence.
She did redeem herself towards the end. Luthor pulls off his wig and he's bald, and that's a fun little cap to the whole thing. Right, the warden of the prison. Also, I don't think when you arrest someone, you just put them straight in prison. But the warden,
I like to think that's like Superman not really knowing. Like, 'cause obviously, the legal system is fairly complex, state to state. I don't know. Do you drop your criminals off in the prison? Is it like in France where the judge is the investigator, the warden is also the judge and jury here?
It's sort of like he's got a sort of God mode thing on a game. He just picked them up and just like plonked them in the thing, and that's basically it's the same as
no clip. Yeah. No clip mode. That's what you went into there like. Vroom.
The warden is like, "Thank you, Superman," and he's like, "No, thank you. We're all part of the same team." And then the last line of the movie is Superman going, "Night, night, not good night, night, night." Well, smiles at the camera as he flies away, flies into the sunset. Yes, please. What a film!
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah.
I'm very glad you enjoyed it.
Yes.
I'm very glad I enjoyed it as well. This was fun. It was very, very fun. It makes me want to do, because I Superman 2 was one that I remember actually liking. I do like Superman 2. Superman 2 is awesome. Yeah. So if I like this, having previously thought I didn't like it, I think you'll fucking love Superman 2. Ooh. And 3 and 4 are more interesting. But I'm not sure. But you got on well with this one.
I did get on well with this one.
I don't think I've heard a bad word out of you about it.
No, I had a really good time. I got genuinely emotional at the end, by the way, when Lois is like absolutely fine and in her car.
Yay!
And Superman's like kind of smug, but not an arsehole. He's got a little...
I like her going, I've got a crazy idea. Nah.
Yeah. It was such a good time. The character of Superman is great. The performance of Superman is great. Lois Lane is great. Lex Luthor is great. Lex Luthor's gang of criminals is great. Marlon Brando is a fun novelty that he's there.
Top billing. Let's give it up for
star
Marlon.
Of the film.
The star of the show, man.
The top billing star of the show, Marlon Brando.
He keeps doing this because he was barely in The Godfather.
Yeah.
He's top billing there. I'm not going to spoil other movies where he does that in, but there is another movie that we're going to do where he does the same thing as well.
Look, you got to respect it in some ways.
Impressive.
It was really fun. It was really fun. Thoroughly entertaining. And that's all you want. The effects, again, they were very good for the time. Any hokiness is completely overridden by just pure charm.
It's not just the fact that it's a movie from the 70s or whatever, because we've watched plenty of movies from the 70s and 80s that have bad effects, but the movie has not endeared itself. I think because of its very earnestness, it's very sweet feeling, the movie for the most part, that when moments like that happen, you're not like, I can see it, it actually adds to its charm. It feels like a movie of a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's put the new one up on a bit of a hard hurdle to jump over. I mean, I was really excited about the new Superman movie, despite the kind of the general lack of hype I felt for it. But now I've seen this, I'm like, Jesus, they're going to have to try hard to eclipse this or even not get outshone by it entirely.
I'm curious to see the new one. So you mentioned before, does this make me want to see the new one?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, okay, let's see how they treat this Superman character. He's sort of become like my superhero guy that I like, because he's such a if Clark Kent is that much of a drip, but I can that sort of I've embarrassed the silliness.
There's a lot of people in the comments and a lot of people with you in their ears right now, and I'm one of them, Sam, who are thinking he needs to watch The Adventures of Lois and Clark.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you'll have a good time. It's basically halfway between this movie and Sex and the City, so I think it's actually could be a very good piece of business for you.
Just, I'm struggling to think of stuff that I didn't like. I mean, some of the Krypton stuff was a bit weird, but that's fine.
I mean, they set up some stuff that will be paid off in the next movie, I guess.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And this was like comic booky without feeling like it's trying too hard to be like, this is like the comic books. It feels like a movie, but it also acknowledges the comic book thing, but it doesn't feel so gritty and grounded, which is kind of the stuff we've got used to. It doesn't have that kind of superhero sheen that we've got now. It was just a thoroughly enjoyable, entertaining, good time.
Well, there's only one question then. Is it a bird, is it a plane, or is it a star wipe rating? What do you got for Superman brackets 1978, the movie?
For Superman brackets 1978, close brackets, the movie, I'm giving it 4.5 star wipes.
You heard it here first. Bye.